What time is it, kids? It's story time. Tell somebody next to you that it's story time. Grandpa Mark is going to read you a story called Are You Asleep, Rabbit? But first, I want to give a shout out to my own grandchildren. Hello, Nicholas, Jaden, and Liam. Let's get started. Are you asleep, Rabbit? One day it snowed. It's very cold, Rabbit. You'd better come inside, said Donald. He carried Rabbit inside. Look at that. He's got Rabbit and he's carrying him inside. Now, you'll be nice and warm, he said. Rabbit was so excited, she leaped down and jumped round and round the kitchen. Look at that, jumping around the kitchen. What would you like to eat, Rabbit? Said Donald. You can't eat the wallpaper, and he gave her a carrot and some cabbage leaves instead. Look at that silly old rabbit eating the wallpaper. Where are you going to sleep, Rabbit? Said Donald. No, you can't sleep in my boat. And he found some newspapers and a grocery box for a bed. It's time for bed, Rabbit. You must be tired, said Donald, and he put her into the box. Well, I guess that's the new bed for the rabbit. Donald blew Rabbit a good-night kiss. Then he closed the door gently and crept up to bed. But Donald could not sleep. Does Rabbit want a story, he thought? He tiptoed downstairs with his book about a big red fire engine. Are you asleep, Rabbit? Said Donald. But Donald could not see Rabbit. Then something tickled his toes. Rabbit, what are you doing out of bed? He said. Look at that. Rabbit got out of bed. Silly old Rabbit. They sat down together and he showed Rabbit the pictures and told her the story. He closed the book. That's the end, Rabbit, said Donald. Now you must go to sleep. He stroked Rabbit's ears, then he went up to bed. But Donald could not sleep. Is Rabbit cold, he thought? He crept downstairs with his fluffy pink blanket. Are you asleep, Rabbit? He said. But Rabbit wasn't asleep. She was dancing in and out of the table legs. That naughty old Rabbit. All right, Rabbit, just one dance. Then you really must go to bed, said Donald, and they danced a midnight dance. Hippity-skip round the vegetable rack, hoppity-skip past the sink, hoppity-jump over the broom, until they were so tired they had to stop. You must be very sleepy now, Rabbit, said Donald. He said goodnight again and tiptoed up to bed. But Donald could not sleep. Does Rabbit want a drink, he thought? Donald filled his shiny green mug with water to take downstairs to Rabbit. Are you asleep, Rabbit? Said Donald. But Rabbit wasn't asleep. She was under the sink nibbling a box of soap powder. Rabbit, don't eat that, said Donald. Look, I've brought you a drink, he said. Rabbit waffled her little white nose and lapped up all the water. Night, night. No more tricks now, or you'll be too tired to wake up in the morning, said Donald. He closed the door softly. But Donald still could not sleep. Mommy was asleep. Teddy was asleep. Horse was asleep. Robot was asleep. But is Rabbit asleep? Thought Donald. He put on his yellow tiger slippers and carried his softest pillow down to Rabbit. Are you asleep, Rabbit? Said Donald. But Rabbit still wasn't asleep. The refrigerator door was open and Rabbit was eating the tomatoes. Oh my. Oh, Rabbit, I can't leave you alone at all, can I? Said Donald. He made a bed under the table with the fluffy blanket and the pillow. Then he picked Rabbit up gently and tucked her inside beside him. Now I'll be able to keep an eye on you, Rabbit, Donald said. He stroked her ears over and over until she closed her eyes. Good night, Rabbit, said Donald, and they both fell asleep. That's a pretty cool story, the little rabbit. Boy, she was full of mischief, huh? All right, thank you for tuning in to our broadcast tonight, kids, and have sweet dreams. Give us a like on Facebook and share us with your friends. This is Grandpa Mark signing off.